kind of almost. Yes.
Let me see if before I start rambling. See if I took notes.
We were introduced to a new group of people that were brought via carriage or car. It was car, right? Yeah, cars.
Car. It was car.
Yeah, car.
Brought via car to the Kendrick Manor, where they were met with. Ooh, I don't remember his name. Like,
I guess it depends which one you're talking about.
Butler guy.
Oh.
Let's see. It was Abriel.
Abriel.
Like Gabriel, but no G.
Abriel. Okay.
And there's also Rowan.
Rowan, yes. Rowan was our friend for the evening. Lom? Oh, Lom was the
ferryman.
Ferryman, yeah. Yes. Yes, we were introduced to Abriel, who had a job for us, wherein we were to go with Rowan, meet with Lom, and sail a boat. I don't know. Did it have a sail? It did have a sail because I was hanging from it.
Yeah.
Or perched on it. Sail into the ocean and reclaim a box, a crate from. Did we get a name for the ship?
The Crescent Crane.
The Crescent Crane. We were at our own discretion allowed to take whatever we wanted, but we needed to sink the ship as well. Just to cover our tracks. We of course accepted this mission, each of us for our own reasons, I'm sure. And left with Rowan, who in true like guy assigned to oversee the mission oversee a mission led by a bunch of meatheads and crazy people, was very not happy to be there, but he did his job anyway. Met with Lom, who was sort of in a getup similar to that one guy from Darkwoods, right? Just really bundled up.
You cut out. I'm sorry.
Darkwood bundled.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, on my end.
Yeah. There's like two merchants. Who's the guy that's not the wolf guy?
The bundled up guy.
That's what the visual made me think of.
Now I'm curious.
Okay. I was still catching up on what you were trying to say. You said not the wolf guy. You're talking about Darkwood, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes, Dark. Yeah. Sorry.
This guy?
No, it's okay. He's just a trader, isn't he?
That's what I said. Yeah.
This romance?
This is who I was imagining the whole time we were describing Lom.
I can see it. I can see it.
He's like a fabric crab. Anyway, Lom was a very happy-go-lucky guy. He was just happy to help.
That's right.
It was hard to understand him at first, but I think eventually he did sort of pull his scarf down, right?
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apologies if I'm skipping across any details, but I'm just trying to do this quick. We mounted his boat, boarded his boat, and sailed off very quickly. It was like a speedboat, wasn't it? Into the ocean to intercept the Crescent Crane. After much deliberation and quite a bit of scouting, we determined that the first course of action should be to board the ship from the back, just to go immediately into the cargo hold and get our payload, which we did. I think it was Wilder, Traveler, and Hex. Is that right?
I think so, yeah. That was the first group to go in.
That's right.
While we were trying to get into the cargo hold, Hex went overboard. I forget for what. What sent you overboard?
I think it was
just a bad
ghost. I think I was like trying to summon a ghost or something, and maybe I'm remembering that correctly.
I want to say it was us because this was just us sneaking in, right? That's
Yeah.
what we were.
Oh
trying to do.
yeah.
So I think
I
it's
was
just
climbing.
the movement of the water.
Yeah, probably. Okay, I think you're
So-
right now.
Motion of the ocean.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we threw her a rope and she was able to climb back on, thankfully, before the ghosts in the ocean got their hands on
Drowned
her.
her.
Drowned her.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what I was confused about. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
arms coming out and grabbing me.
Yeah, once you were
we
in the water, you were getting got, but
Yeah.
you didn't. You're
we
fine.
were able to get into the cargo hold. I think it was Traveler that picked the lock, right?
I think so.
Sounds right.
I think you're a lock picker.
Whoa.
What'd you just call me?
Whoa!
With the R?
All right,
Is that the new-
You can't say
Yeah,
that.
that's
one
the new
one who
Stranger Things
picks
season.
locks. Stuck to the cargo hold. There were 2 men in there, which we handedly killed. I think who killed the other one? Because I know Wilder killed one. Or I guess thankfully Lyco, his cat, killed one.
Yeah. Traveler?
It would have been Hex, because
Yeah,
Traveler was hiding.
Yeah, you're being passive.
I'm not a fighter.
Disgusting.
And we got some goodies in there. I remember Wilder found like a strange, like, not ectoplasm, but something that takes some kind of like oil or liquid, like fuel. But it was a gun. An unusual weapon is what it's marked down as on my thing. What do you guys get?
I
Alcohol.
never got jewels to resell.
Jewels to resell.
Copious amount of alcohol for Hex.
Yeah. I got a bunch of alcohol.
I don't remember if I
Party!
figured out how much money I got for that, so I don't know why it's not here. I thought I put it in here. Jewels. Lush. Expensive items.
But then we also found our payload, and we were able to take that and bring it back to the ship after much deliberation, because we aren't very strong people, the 3 of us. After that, it was time to get the ship sunk, and we figured out the best way to do that would be to kill any ferrymen, any navigators. Ferrymen? Yeah, ferrymen aboard.
We.
I don't remember how we found out there were 2 of them, but I think we just sort of like brainstormed it.
You guys
deduced
deduced
it.
that there is at least 2 of them
Deduced.
because one of them needs to sleep at some point, so thus there needs to be a second one to take the spot while the other one's sleeping.
And this is where my recollection gets foggy, because I stayed on the boat for this one in a sort of overwatch position.
We.
So it's what Quack and Notepad spearheaded that.
Yeah, Notepad basically just went below deck to go find one of 2 ferrymen. The boat was
Sleeping.
attacked by ghosts. I assume they don't stay awake constantly. Upon back to that person's attention, getting elbowed in the nose and with a flashback stealing some stuff, they were lured upstairs. While they were luring that person upstairs, Mr. Cop, a character that I definitely remember the name, just don't want to say it.
Yes. No, you got the name. I believe in you.
I gotta go take care of something. Real quick.
Only not just at the bottom of the roll.
Just, yeah, definitely not revenge.
So not just like
I don't know.
Yeah,
which one it's
the
I always
Quack. He snuck into the navigation center, I believe, and waited for the other ferryman to come down and ambushed him. And then, how did we get the other one? I think your character led him to the back of the boat where Alex's character shot him.
Yeah, you got his gray matter on you.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
That's
and you got
right.
traumatized.
Bad shot. Still killed him, but traumatized
It was-
Notepad.
It was a
Right, it
very
was really
messy
messy.
shot. Didn't it take off his like lower mandible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like a stint from Metalocalypse.
Brutal.
And then to have the follow up with Cop's character going ballistic and drawing a lot of attention, I tried to get rid of the attention of one guy, who then was shot directly in front of me because the devil's bargain did not help.
Yeah, that's
It
part
didn't
of what
help,
the
but
devil.
it helped in the way of trauma.
Trauma.
Yeah, normal stuff. Then what happened?
With the navigators dead, yeah, with the navigators dead, we had to pick up our two friends, which was what, easy enough, right? How did they get back on the boat?
Well, one of them was disguised, so that one was pretty easy. You were disguised as one of the crewmen. As for Quack, he had an interesting time. He didn't end up killing everyone on his way out, which would have taken too long. Not that he could have or couldn't have. Like, who knows? But it would have just taken too much time. But instead, he threw the branch, the bell branch of the now dead ferryman at the crew as like a, you don't got time to deal with me and save yourself.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's
You gotta
right.
pick one or the other. And ferryman, or not the ferryman, the crew were superstitious. I mean, there's no say that's not superstitious. I refuse to believe it. Unless they're in the Navy. Which, yes, then it might not be. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I don't know.
But yeah, that pretty clever plan cleared the way for him, and he was able to get back onto the boat. And we sailed away as the ghosts took the ship, took the Crescent Crane. That is not the Flying Dutchman. So we returned to shore. Returned to the Kendrick Manor after bidding Lom goodbye. Brought the crate inside, and we cracked it open to find that there was actually a lady inside, but she did not call us stud buff in. In fact, if she called us anything, it would have been food, because she was a vampire. Is a vampire, and her name is Lady Kendrick. You just said it. What is it? Raina Kendrick. And I don't really think she gave us much of a choice. I guess the alternative choice would have been become food, but she's essentially our patron now. And her first duty for us to complete was to go to the Old Morn family estate and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna retcon that a bit for today. But that's
Gotcha.
fine.
But something came up.
Something came up actually.
Something came up. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay.
Who was it that got put to sleep? Was it Cop? He's a freak.
I still recommend that, guys. I still recommend finding out what's behind the secret door.
Oh, that's right.
She just gives him melatonin.
Here you go. It helped me leap to the ship right over. That's pretty effective.
Here's some sleepy time tea.
It's just oolong. That's it. Oh. Anything else? It is all like near all teas are caffeinated to some degree. Only certain archetypes of tea, I think like gray tea and stuff like that isn't. But that's not here nor there. So, anything else?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Then we start today's session at dinner. You guys are still guests in the Kendrick estate. It's only been a day. Because there's just the next day thereafter. And you guys have had the run of the place, aside from like certain segments and wings and things like that. For the day, like you can walk the gardens, you can use the gallery area, dance in the front hall if that's what you want to do. There's no one else using it. Just certain places are off limits, but for the most, like 80% of the place is open. Just can't leave yet. Meals come and go. More so like there's not like a set breakfast or a set lunch. It's just ask a servant to prepare something for you, or do we want. Dinner is the only thing that is set up ahead of time, and your presence is requested. Quote unquote requested.
Quote unquote.
Quote unquote requested. Actually, yeah, let me go to the same. There you go. Hey, guy, or you guys, we'll save you for next time.
Okay.
Thank you, man called Red. Your guys' presence is requested at dinner, and you guys show up because you're such courteous guests, and no other reason, right?
No other reason.
No other reason. Where you guys see sitting at the head of the table already there is your patron, Lady Kendrick. As she is in the middle of enjoying a nice glass of what you hope is wine but wouldn't put money on. Good evening, all of you. So glad you can make it. She's not teetering because it makes it sound like it's like being balanced on like a point, but she is like swishing or leaning left and right, her wine glass swishing left and right as she makes this rocking motion. I still feel the motion of the water. Give it a couple more days and hopefully it'll go away. How are all of you feeling? Weren't on the water as long, but you were on the water.
Right as rain.
Is that so?
Steady.
That's good. She looks at you, Quack. And how is your sleep?
Just wonderful.
Good to hear. Some servants come in with the silver platters and trays and lids, and they begin setting down or laying out silverware for you guys as you take your seats at the dinner table. Plates are, laying in front of you. The lids, shing, pulled off, and you guys get like a, nice, short and simple 6-course meal. Pretty straightforward. The entire time, Lady Kendrick herself does not eat. She just has her wine, watching you guys for parts of it. Other times, her eyes dally over to outside the window as, evening turns more and more into, or gets closer and closer to night. Eats. Yeah, you guys have a nice game hen as one of your courses on a nice bed of mashed potatoes. You guys have a rather small, but it's it's one of 6 courses, but like a steak medallion, which has some sort of sauce laid in between the layers that's wrapped in a spiral manner, and stuff like that. It's a pretty good meal. It's pretty hearty.
All finger food.
All finger food for you, probably. Yeah, luckily it's 6 courses, so you are able to satiate some level of appetite, even though you're not full yet, Wilder.
You'll survive. That's all it matters.
Yeah. You now have the caloric content to survive another day. While you guys are eating, I have something for all of you. Not a test or anything, don't worry. I think you guys have well proven yourselves. A job. Not the one I told you about last time. Something different's come up. Came to my attention when I had a night on the town last night.
A multis job.
I don't know the details, no avenues are set up yet. No planning formally done, but I'm sure you guys will manage. There's a prison. Helmbreaker prison. Northwest, something like that. The place has gone dark. I don't exactly know what happened, but it's not my utter concern. There's one element of that is my curiosity. I heard from some very willing people that the place got shut down, taken over, ruined, destroyed, whatever term you want to use, because a profane soul arrived at the place. Maybe they're still there. Don't worry your little heads about it. I'm not asking you to go there. I would like to know their name. Who was the profane soul before they became profane? That's what I want to turn all of you loose on. However you figure it out is fine. Try not to leave a trail, but if it's necessary, then so be it. I want to know who they were, what their name was, and where did they come from before they became so profane. That's all. Normally, I would say just to check the prison logs, but I get the feeling that this one might have been scrubbed from the records and archives. But any of you versed or familiar with bureaucracy can probably figure that not all of the records are scrubbed in the same detail and degree, or maybe even if you're lucky at all. But let's not rely on luck tonight. Let's rely on skill. So,
Fortunately, this is right up my alley.
she smiles widely, her fangs poking out ever
Shivers
so prominently.
through.
Perfect.
Yes.
Abro will open up the door. Don't worry your pretty little head about it.
Well, it's not worry. Possible. Whoever they heard it from.
Maybe. She doesn't remark any more on it. She doesn't seem like she's just gonna tell you who she got it from. They might not be alive anymore.
She has learned of this information. It cannot be learned further. Who knows? Maybe drinking their blood gives her the memory. Only fragment.
Just to eat the brain.
Oh, like the Space Marine.
Like, get the brain.
Spacing on this is off. Okay. Oh, it's even worse. No, I'm just moving this back. So, Abra will open up the front gates, and you guys could be chauffeured out of the headlands. He'll drive you to whichever district you want to go to, aside from obviously the Chaplain's Parish and the Seaboard. You don't have authorization to go in there yet. Having a hand in the military would be very nice. The Chaplain Parish, though, I think is a bit beyond my desires. But we'll see. We'll see. But for the time being, the Profane Soul.
How long
What?
do we have to do this before you hunt us down?
Let's make a game. Tonight. Dawn. You shouldn't be that hard, right? She says, looking at Traveler.
Traveler's staring at Wilder.
You guys will be fine, I'm sure. And if not, then... oh well.
If we fail, hunt me first. I would not want to wait.
Figuring out your failure exit strategy already.
Nods.
Oh, have some confidence. Maybe you'll find some random rube in the middle of nowhere and some beat down bar that has all the information you need.
Confidence has nothing to do with it. Accounting for all avenues.
Well, instead of planning for our imminent death, maybe we should get animal.
If you're not planning for imminent death, you're fucked.
That's it.
Assuming it's
That's just your
appropriate in terms of the. Sorry.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Assuming it's appropriate in terms of like, okay, this conversation can be over pretty much any time. Traveler will stand up, both hands on the table, and be like, "Well, I think it's best we get started."
Ta-ta. Good luck.
Lift a hand to be like, "Bye," as she walks away.
She holds up her wine glass at you, like fucking Great Gatsby style, like, hey, here's
My
you.
God.
Andy, kid.
Yeah,
Give her a little bow before I leave.
Little teacher's pet.
Hey, you don't know what I've seen.
Point stands. What do you want about?
Mm-hmm.
So, April will meet you guys in the main foyer. Good evening. Are we ready to embark?
Let's crack to it.
Excellent. Where shall we go first?
Where would Traveler get most of her information, do you think?
Actually,
Given her
before
profession.
that, should we set a clock?
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. When you guys got rolling, no pun intended.
Haha.
We'll save the clock, as I said, for a little bit once you guys get rolling. Where would you get? Let's see. You might get some stuff.
I imagine she'd have at least, I'd say at least two places. One for the more above the board and one for more under the counter type stuff.
Bork, bork. Bork, bork. Calm down. Calm down, guys. Get down, get
Calm down,
down.
Lyko, calm down.
Sorry.
Lyko barks? As a cat? Alright.
That's a weird
Cool.
fucking cat, man.
Let's see. If you're trying to get information above the board, I'll call it like public press and stuff like that.
Mhm. Like the professional.
Yeah. It technically would be this probably not the seaboard itself, but just outside it, so somewhere like the burners. But like technically not the burners itself. So it would be like this area here, like this like stretch just outside, right? That's like where official statements and stuff like that. It's where public offices are had and public facing offices are had and stuff like that. If you're looking for like the under the table like nitty grittier stuff, it'd probably be ship home, because that's where like sailors and military people pass through. They're usually on their way, if they don't land at Greyport, which is like the military harbor, they'll usually pass through ship home on their way to something else, right? Like partying, drinking, whatever. Because the dredge doesn't have like a proper military capable harbor for them and the weird is exclusively for the spheres.
Uh-huh.
So they're not allowed to just. The military doesn't.
Dock anyone.
Not unless they're like a war type situation, which not a war right now, so can't really do that. So if you're trying to get like people like fresh from service or fresh off the boat, no pun, no, not like agent style, but like just genuinely, it'd be ship home.
Okay. Remind me, is Homebreaker Prison the only one / like the biggest one in the area? Like,
It is. It's not the only prison. There's probably some around here. But in terms of like the maximum security prison, yeah, it's the only one, or he was the only one around here.
for my reference, Traveler would probably have this as someone who lives in the world. Is ship home a good place to ask about these kinds of things? Would it make sense?
If you're trying to cast cast the widest net, ship home is better. If you're trying to catch the easiest prey, you're probably better off hitting some like bars or something like that. You know, when you have more inebriated targets.
Slight problem with at least the second one is that like that feels like we're gonna get more rumors than actual.
I mean, I think ship home is a good place. They're likely to hear like rumors and such. They go through the sea, and Homebreaker was accessed by boat, so
Is there,
there's
like, a
that.
specific,
And
like, nerd doc that's like how do I phrase it? Is there like a specific like dock in the ship that like handles like loading up prisoners and taking them?
No, general prisoners and stuff like that going to other places, yeah, ship home. But if you're trying to get sent, if you're being sent to Homebreaker, you're probably you warrant maximum security, so that'd probably be the Seaboard, which you guys have authorization into. That'd be Greyport.
It's nuts.
so, while ship home is still a good option because we could still try and get a lead
Yeah.
from the people who would be processing. Right? We're not going to get the prisoners themselves, but you don't go to Greyport when you want to go have a drink with your buddies, right? You go to ship home. From my understanding, like off-duty people
Yeah.
go to ship home.
Yeah, no, Greyport is like you're not off duty if you're at Greyport.
So maybe
Like that
we
is
could
like an
find some-
actively manned military bay.
Maybe we could start at ship home, not to get a lead, but to get to find people who are just coming off of service or duty or whatever, or just going out for a drink, and then follow up with them, right? Quite literally stalk them to a bar and wait for them to get drunk so we can talk to them.
The only other place that you would get public on the record statements from would be like civil centers, which are near the spheres and the flights.
If that'll help us here, because it sounds like civil centers. Where? Sorry, did you say? I wasn't on the map.
It'd be like around
Oh,
the
in the spheres.
yeah, the spheres, the flights. Like I guess I never really put a spot for it, but like right around here.
But it sounds like the records for this are being wiped, right? Like this is kind of a thing that they want to keep under wraps. Kind of makes sense. You don't want to be like telling the public, "Oh yeah, Profane Soul broke the maximum security
Yeah.
prison, and a lot
We
of
know-
prisoners got out."
We no longer have maximum security breach.
So it sounds like we probably wouldn't get a lot of good information from public sources.
So, ship home is your first stop, and then you guys could go find a more use that as a narrowing point. I call it.
That's what I vote for.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Speak now, forever hold your peace.
Works for me.
Then you guys all roll into the car. April is driving, of course. No Rowan, which is interesting. You guys haven't seen him all day today. Maybe that's concerning, maybe it's not, who knows. But, you know, April drives you guys out, and this time you guys can, you guys don't have the curtains or the blinds on the windows, so you guys can actually see all the fancy houses and estates and things like that here in the noble quarters as you roll out of the place, and it's like, wow, I'll never be able to afford this. Unless... Maybe one,
Rich people start looking at her journals of like sources of stuff she's looked at in the past.
maybe one day. But eventually, you guys exit out the checkpoint, or one of the couple of checkpoints that lead into the headlands, and you'll hop on the road. April's not driving through the dredge. That's stupid. He's going to drive just where Uptown ends, so he doesn't hit traffic, and then he's going to go through the Weirds, and then on his way to Shipholm. It only takes you guys from the Kendrick Estate to Shipholm like an hour and a half. Thereabout.
You want to drive any faster, April? No.
Watch this. Puts on sunglasses. Fucking Tokyo Drift begins
We're
playing.
just drifting
Puts
down
on-
the streets.
Yeah,
His,
they're just the straight
his silver jacket.
Oh my god.
I drive.
Baby driver, except he's really old. Old driver.
Grandpa
Senior driver.
Senior
driver.
driver.
They should take away my license, driver.
Senior driver too.
So you guys eventually make it to Shipholm, which is similar to the Weirds. Like, it is a collection of many different ports. Some are able to become, drain and dry docks and stuff like that. Others are just, like yacht harbors, not yachts, just general ships and stuff like that. And there's a continual flow of people moving cargo, transiting, meeting up with people, stuff like that. On the up and up, and there's surely some more illicit people and things happening underneath the surface, if you guys care to look for it. April pulls up to like one of the main plazas of Shipholm, which is like a couple, maybe not a block, but like half a block away from where like the entrance to where one of the entrances, one of the main entrances to where all the docks and everything are, and drops you guys off there. Parking here is terrible, so I will loop around many times. If you need me, you may hail me. Like a taxi.
I'm going to be a working man for tonight.
I'm
to
doing
get that
Uber
Uber
Eats
money.
on the side.